Now, I think we do have Brian Dawkins. Doc, do we have you?
I'm here. What's
There
happening,
he
gentlemen? How
is.
y'all doing?
Here, we're doing very well. We're doing better now. Great to see you. We have the card here, and we are excited to talk about this. This is your very first trading card.
Got mine.
Tell us about how it came together. I mean, it's so cool. There's like all these great details in here. Why was this important to you, and how did it come together?
Well, first of all, is my love for the imaginary, right? It's my love for cartoons back in the day. It's my love for comic books back in the day. It's my love for football cards back in the day. Even though I didn't necessarily collect them, I collected the ones that I wanted to collect, right? And so because of my love of that, and then me being blessed to play the game that I played as long as I played it, and blessed to then come across a guy with an imagination like Jordan to come to me with this idea, I was like, yeah, I would love to do that. And it still blows me away to see me on cards, me on different things, because I never expected this for my life.
Doug, I saw that the proceeds, a lot of this goes to the Brian Dawkins Impact Foundation. Can you kind of talk about the mission of what you're trying to do there?
Yeah, but I don't want to eat up too much of time here. But so the foundation basically is to bless single parents with some of the resources that they need to help them in life's ups and downs, especially the children in the household. Number one, we want to bless them with transformational moments to help them see life outside of their communities so that they can chase a vision that could possibly send them into another stratosphere of opportunities for hope. And then we bless high school age um, students with cerebral wellness packages. I don't talk about mental health anymore. It's too much negative connotations attached to it. I talk about my cerebral wellness. So we have programs in about 25 schools in Philadelphia and about 10 schools in Jacksonville, Florida, to help students understand the significance of that, the negative connotations attached to it, breathing, coping mechanisms, how to recognize when you need help, how to get help, and then ultimately how to have conversations with your friend to help them also get the help as well. And so those are some of the things that the foundation does. We also do mentoring programs that we're starting up this year. So there's a lot of different things that the foundation is doing, but it would take me a lot of time to kind of explain it all.
Well, that sounds like a great mission. Jordan Spector is the artist, and you can get all the information you need about the card at spectorsportsart.com. Doc, I guess let's transition to this Eagles team. You were so close to that 2017 team. You were in the building for that special run. I'm just curious what your relationship has been like watching from a little bit more of afar the last year and a half of this Eagles sort of rise to Super Bowl caliber again.
Uh, the thing I think I love the most is the aggressiveness of the front office, like the scouting department, what the due diligence they have done, and I was there, so I know what they're doing behind the scenes. I know how they collect and how they make lists and have the people that they want to truly go after. And I love again the creativity of the front office of bringing in all of these guys of character, right? Not just bringing in guys, but guys of character to then add to what they already have there, a culture that has been built there in Philadelphia now that could potentially add individuals what they do well, and then go in and have confidence year in and year out that this team will be one of the teams to look like going towards the Super Bowl, making runs. Sounds familiar, right? So that's one of the things I love about where the team is. Like that's the expectation every year is for them to go out to get these individuals to draft a specific way. And for those to be quality individuals, quality people, right? Not just talented people, but quality people. So I love that part of it.
Doug, I was curious about, because you've had the front office experience, I'm kind of curious when you're watching games now, are you watching it from the vantage point of the guy in the secondary, which is kind of interesting because as you know, like the game tape, like if you don't have the all 22, you don't necessarily see everything back there. Or are you looking at other things now? Like, are you kind of taking a broader view? How do you watch games now?
So where I am now, I'm a fan. I don't have to evaluate talent. Like I don't have to look at the scheme. I don't have to look at what are they doing. Are they three deep? Are they two deep? I don't have to do that, right? So I enjoy the doggone game. I just watch it, enjoy the game, and unless like if I want to watch a specific guy, obviously that's different. If I'm paying attention to a safety or a corner, I want to see a tech. Just like early in the year, I was paying attention, a whole lot of attention to our guy Carter, right? He's still a rookie, but I'll give him. I'll say Mr. Carter because he's a baller, right? So so in that, I'm more focused on what I want to watch, not what the announcers is telling me to watch. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good to get Dawkins' seal of approval on Jalen Carter is a pretty big deal. The last thing I
He's
want
a
to ask
good.
you about, Doc, is we were sort of talking about this before, how Jason Kelce now is arguably like the most beloved Philadelphia athlete since you. And
Mm.
I imagine that you are like the only person who can really relate to, like, when Jason Kelce is out in public and people are coming up to him, there's this imbalance where every interaction he has is the most important interaction to the other person. It's the thing that they're going to remember for years, probably, right? And that feels like there must be some pressure to that, to live your daily life like that, where every interaction is like that. What was that like for you?
It was humbling, is what it was. And I said kind of earlier, like I didn't expect these things to be people be creating cards for myself. I didn't expect to be in Hall of Fame. I didn't expect any of those things. Like at this point, to be honest with you, I'm living somebody else's dream because I didn't dream this big, right? So that's how I see my life. That's how I see success through my 16-year-old eyes. And that dude he did not expect anything from himself, to be honest with you. He was very angry. And so when people come up to me, and I believe it is my duty, right, to be the best me that I can be in that moment, right? But now I've grown to understand now though that I need to be the best me regardless of who comes across me. Does that make sense? So when you come across me, I'm going to be the best me. If you don't come across me, I'm going to be the best me. So what I'm saying is that who I am in private is the same as who I am in public.
Well, that sounds like a good way to live our lives. Good advice.
Yeah.
Doc, thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So real quick, before we get off, did they give you the list of the numbers or what the numbers represent? Did they give you a
Uh,
rundown of that?
no, well, we know that there are 2,020 of the cards being released. So 2020, right? For you, what else do we need to know?
So the 2020, so then there's 96 um total cards of green foil, and that was obviously the year that I was drafted. There's 61 that has the excuse me, there's the total number, excuse me, I'll just read it. The
You're good.
total number
Yeah.
of authentic cards in the set is 61. And obviously that I'm the 61st pick. The 61st pick at that year in my mind was the first pick in the third round, not the last pick in the second round. That's how I use it
Oh,
as motivation, right? So I just wanted to give you that tidbit. 18 obviously is the year that I went into the Hall of Fame. So there's 18 total number of foil based cards. Then there's the number 13 is the years that I played in Philadelphia, and that number is the total of rainbow foil cards. And then 9 is the number of Pro Bowls that I went to, and that's the total number of green foil cards. So we wanted to do something really special. Me, myself, and Jordan wanted to do something really special and make it unique. Like and make it that you when you get this, you know that you are of 22,020 people that have that card. Nobody else will be able to say that they have those. So we're very excited about this.
yeah, and I think to your point, like all of these little details, even on the card itself, if we can zoom in on it, there's all these different sayings on here. Even the box here has the classic "Respect is not given, it is earned" dog on it. So if you are a Brian Dawkins sicko, like I imagine everybody listening is, this is very much for you. Thank you, Doc.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks,
Of
Doc.
course, thanks for joining us.
All right. Y'all be blessed.